Ahoy, ahoy! It's the Unbreakable Souls crew. We'll welcome you to our last episode of Men and Heartbreak. We have women responding about their experiences with men and heartbreak. So I introduce to you today Thando Bizela, who is my daughter, my friend, my number one cheerleader. We thank you so much, Thando, for taking your time, sharing pearls of wisdom from your experience with men and heartbreak. So we're looking forward to hear what you have to share with us today. To the Unbreakable Soul family, we love you. We appreciate you. Ahoy.
Ahoy. I'm so excited to do this. I'm so excited. I'm going to try answering these questions to the best of my ability. And I'm going to try being very honest. So I'm going to seek deep into my heart of hearts. Do you think that men suffer from heartbreak? Oh my gosh. Apparently so. Apparently they do. I've got a lot of male friends, and a few of them have shared with me their heartbreaking stories, and I don't want to lie, like half of me was like, yeah, right, but you guys do us, right? But yeah, I guess, yeah, that's what they say. They do. Number 2, what behavioral pattern guides you to see that a man is heartbroken? For me, what stands out for me is a man that men project. They project a lot of things. They project their fears. They project. They're very good at projecting. They project their insecurities. They project their incompetencies. They project their shortcomings, and they do that so harshly because they don't know how to talk. They don't know how to speak about their feelings. So I've seen some signs that a man has been heartbroken for sure is if what was done to him, he does to another person that has nothing to do with his heartbreak. Someone totally new, someone totally neutral, and that person gets the hit for what someone else did to him. A prime example of during the whole heartbreak survey, a guy said to me that he was once played by a girl he really loved, a woman he really loved, and he wanted something serious from her, and she just wasn't there. Like, she just wanted to play, and he was like already hooked. So I realized that he was doing that to other girls as well, thinking, now that's what every girl wants. So he would approach girls with just a beneficial, friends with benefits type of relationship. Kanti, he's now hurting this girl because this girl wants something serious. So, and it's a way now they shield themselves. So I feel like I've seen guys, the hurt that they've experienced, they just projected to other people that have nothing to do with it. So, yeah. Number 3, would you say men have no heart? How would you describe their way of showing pain? You guys. For me and my personal experience, guys, I would say they don't have a heart. Like, not in the literal sense, of course, but my feelings say men don't have a heart based on the things they do and the things that they say. And to me, it just feels like men lie a lot. Men just lie a lot. And what the worry is, I hang around a lot of men, and the worry is I've noticed that they don't see a problem in that. They feel that by lying to you, they are protecting you from certain things. Hence they lie. And to us women, we want the truth all the time. We want someone to be open and just lay everything out there for us, but they just lie. So you can't continuously lie to a person. To me, that just translates as you not having a heart. Like, when do you have a heart-to-heart conversation with someone if this barrier in front of us called lies? So yeah, they probably do, but for me, I don't know. How would you describe their way of showing pain? Like I said earlier, they project. They act out. Number 4, according to opinion, why do you think men struggle so much to express their weakness or emotions? I think this one is pretty simple and straightforward. There's a certain level of strength and bravery associated with being a man, and I know that dominates within our culture, within our race. I've noticed that with other races, they struggle, but not so much as our race and as our culture, to talk about their emotions. Hence, for a black man, I think it really is very difficult for him to show his emotions. I really think it's very difficult for him to speak about how he's feeling because of what society has paged, or how has painted a black man to be, a black man to act. So I think they just honestly struggle because of how society paints them and how they were raised. But I've noticed that with other races, it's also there, but not so much. So we are a proud nation. We take pride in the way we act, and it's not very easy for a black man to just succumb to anything, including his emotions. It's not very easy for a black man to surrender to anything, including his emotions, because then that paints him as everything but a strong black man. That paints him as someone weak. And we are suffering because of that. We are. What advice would you give to men in terms of dealing with heartbreak? Just talk about it. I think we would understand men better, and we would be less angry at them and less confused at them as to why they do the things that they do, if they would honestly just talk. If they would honestly just say what they are feeling when they are feeling, instead of bottling up all these emotions. Because I know of men who are in relationships and they are not happy with their partners, and they want to leave those relationships, but they are now trying to find a way to leave, and they don't know how, because they don't want to talk about how they are feeling. Men would literally stay in relationships, as much as we say we stay in relationships that we are not happy in, but we communicate the fact that baby, angithandi 1 no 2 no 3, I don't like how you treat me, I don't like this, and I don't like it, but then we stay irregardless. But with men, they stay and they don't say, which is very dangerous, I feel. They will stay in relationships that they're not happy with. They will see a lot of things that a woman does, but will not utter a word, but will try and find a way to worm out of the relationship. And then hence the cheating, hence the lies, the abuse as well, because they're bottling up so many emotions. So my advice would be, whether you are in the heartbreak or it's post-heartbreak, just talk. Just talk about how you're really, really feeling. And I know there aren't a lot of platforms for men like as much as we women have. We have a lot of platforms. We have a lot of groups and social groups and gatherings and things to talk about women, to empower women. But men don't have that. Men don't have that, unfortunately. It's very, very few. But I would honestly just advise them to talk about it. Why do you think society pushes men to believe they cannot show emotions? And do you think showing emotions means that they are weak? No, I do not think that showing emotions means that men are weak. In fact, it means for me that they are strong. Having to face your emotions or your feelings, no matter how ugly or sad they may be, but the fact that you can face reality, for me, I've always had the utmost respect for a person that can really face their feelings and face reality. I feel like those people are the strong people. The people that can actually cry and say, I've been through a heartbreak. The people that can cry and say it out that I have been through a bad divorce. I've had a bad relationship. I was beaten up by my ex-husband or my ex-boyfriend. The father of my child cheated on me. And also, it's taboo for a man to say that to his bros or whoever that he got cheated on by a woman. He just becomes a laughing stock. You and the fact that he gets abused by women, so they can't do that. I don't know why. I really don't know why it's like that. But I honestly do not think that it makes him a weak man. And why do I think society pushes a man to believe that they cannot show emotions? Like I said earlier, I could be wrong. I stand to be corrected, but I'm looking at the black man, the average black man, as compared to other races. It could have something to do with our heritage, with our past, and the era that we come from, where a man had to show strength at all times. A man had to show strength and had to fight for his family, had to fight for his freedom. And I believe that a black man just had to exhibit strength from the start. They couldn't be weak, otherwise the country would have fallen. But it's okay for you to be strong outside for everyone. But when you come home and then it's your heart, I think it's okay to pour that out. I think it's okay to pour that out to your partner. I think it's okay to pour that out to your wife or your girlfriend or whatever. I think we need to tell black men that it's okay for you to share that with me. It's okay for you to be open with me about how you're feeling. And it's okay for you to cry. I mean, imagine having this large lump on your throat because you want to cry and now you cannot. It's okay for you to be all that's here at home, and I will protect your dignity outside and I'll protect your pride outside. But here we cry, we share feelings, we talk about how we're feeling, and we are not embarrassed to show emotions. Number 7, what's the first thing that comes to your mind as a woman when you see a man cry? honestly, I'm thinking, okay, what game is this one playing? I've been in that situation and I was like, I didn't believe it. Honestly, when he did cry, I didn't believe it. But because of the nature of the argument we were having, for me, and that was different when someone has been rude or someone was doing something and then that I don't approve of, and then later comes home and cry. Like, I think that's a different. That was a different scenario where I didn't believe it. I felt like it was a stunt to save the relationship. I didn't believe it, but I found it very hard to believe. But as time went on, I did realize that it was okay for him to do that, and I did realize, and I did appreciate the fact that if he was being honest, I appreciated that he could do that in front of me. I felt like maybe then he could trust me with his emotions the way he was doing. But initially, I honestly felt like it was a tactic to save the relationship because it was like drowning. Number 8, how would you advise men in terms of dealing with heartbreak? We had this at number 5. Oh, what a mouthful, my gosh. Bye.
Let's answer. Do you think that men suffer from heartbreak? Yes, men do suffer from heartbreak. What behavioral pattern guides you to see that a man is heartbroken? Rushing into a relationship. And it's not a bit, I think rushing into a relationship and dating multiple women, that is a pattern that tells me that a guy is heartbroken. Would you say men have no heart? How would you describe their way of showing pain? Guys have the biggest hearts. I think guys have the most biggest hearts, and they show their pain through hurting other people. And I think I'm speaking more through experience. I genuinely feel I dated a heartbroken guy, or a guy who was going through a heartbreak, let me put it that way. And Ubungzisubuhlungu showed me how broken he was. According to opinion, why do you think men struggle so much to express their weakness or emotions? In terms of either showing their weakness or emotions, it's either they've given so much that receiving, number one, is very difficult to accept. And that's talking genuinely on love. They've given so much love that when they receive it, they don't show that emotion of receiving. Hence, they will question why you love them so much. They will question why them. Out of all the guys in Daba, Uchuzeyena, as broken and as horrible and as a bastard as he is, why him? And also they struggle to express their weakness or emotions because also society has just really made men believe you don't show emotion. Like you don't, if you're a man, you don't show emotion. So what advice would you give to men in terms of dealing with heartbreak? To accept that it's okay. That is all I can say. Accept, and it is okay. Why do you think society pushes men to believe they cannot show emotions? And do you think showing emotions means that they are weak? why do you think society pushes men to believe they cannot show emotions? I think because the world has always made men believe that they need to be strong. They've made men believe ukuthi indoda ayikhali. They've made men believe ukuthi only a weak person cries, only a weak person shows emotion. And I think there is no support within their systems in general. Thina bafazi, it's easy for me to sit with Thando and be like, yo, girl, I shubile, like, and break down, and it is okay because we relate to the same thing, and there's a sense of comfortness and transparency when it comes to abafazi, whereas guys don't have that group or that form in which they can sit mateta shubile, this is what has happened, and break down and cry. There is no such platform for men, hence I think that's why they don't show any emotion or show that they are weak. What's the first thing that comes to your mind as a woman when you see a man cry? Oh, my heart breaks. My heart breaks. Vulnerability and being sincere. Tears for me go a very long way. I think in any gender, really, tears hit deep. So yeah, when a man cries, it's yeah, gooby. And unfortunately, people just use their emotions in different ways. But genuinely, if I had to see a man cry, I know what he has hit rock bottom. How do you advise men in terms of dealing with heartbreak? Spend time alone. Deal with your heartbreak. Like, I'm a tatatina. I think just accepting that it has happened, dealing with it, finding yourself again, and then going and loving someone else. But guys don't do that. In daughter, iba a good relationship, iba a good marriage, manje, they break up, jiggy, so, and life goes on. And that's why I feel men are the most heartbroken people out there. So yeah, there you have it. Sorry, it's so unprepared, but yeah, thank you. Love you so much, baby. Good night.